the DM, and we have the various players here. Boom, 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 boom. There's a list of the names at the bottom of the screen. They're all dear to me. So, last time on our little campaign, you guys went to a meeting place and met with the voice of the Emperor, a powerful woman who's oath-bound to serve the Empire, and has managed to, well, has been managing the Emperor's madness. It turns out that all of you, relatively powerful figures of the court, have been put on the paranoid and likely insane Emperor's death list. But you don't know when this would activate because the voice has been running interference. The voice, in an effort to try to save the Empire, and because the Empire is one of the major forces stopping the outside influences from angels, demons, and everything that isn't mortal from just wreaking havoc on the world. You guys, for whatever reasons, mostly because you're going to die if you don't, need to find a way of either curing the Emperor, replacing the Emperor, or finding a way to run where the Empire won't find you, which is rather difficult. As for ways that you can try to gain some power so that all of this will be easier, the voice suggested that she would send you to a contact that would tell you about various artifacts of power that had been lost, but that you might be able to find. For each artifact of power, you would make yourself, well, A, more powerful, and B, in a much stronger position to bargain with others, and, well, you'd make yourself invaluable to the Empire. The other way is to do great deeds for the Empire and make it harder for the Emperor to actually do anything negative to you. And effectively rise up so that you're powerful enough in the court that if the Emperor did try to remove you, there would be a lot more pushback than what there currently is now. So there's a sort of staying in the capital kind of route, and there's the going out and adventuring kind of route. Regardless, the voice suggested you go to her contact in the Archivists of the Aeons, so that they might direct you towards a more proper channel. Yep, pinging that. Boom. Ping. After the voice left, you guys were attacked by mysterious ninja, or shadowy rogue assassin types. You guys, I think, kept one alive.
Encased in ice, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yes, encased in ice. So, directly following last session, we begin with the interrogation, or you guys having to decide what to do with the assassin.
Yay.
So, we have, if I zoom in, yes, this one is encased in ice. The rest of the shadowy assassins you guys systematically slaughtered.
Are you pouring him tea?
Yes,
I feel like I
am.
have to pee.
I don't think you realize how close your cup is to the mic.
Yeah, I have a headphone mic in, so
Ah.
yeah. Sorry, guys.
It is still night, and this is of course the night that this is of the night that the rest of you saw the day before, the giant scrying screen of the battle, the Siege of Naurun, which you played in one shot before.
Mhm.
So, what are
Alright,
you
well-
guys going to do?
The prince is going to walk up, looking intrigued by the ice statue that's become of this ninja, but actually he's using mind reader to figure out if he can determine who he is here for, what his purpose was, that sort of thing, on his own.
Ah, okay. Paralyzed and unconscious. So does detect thoughts work on someone who is unconscious?
Oh, unconscious. I didn't think of that.
I would think no, but
I'm thinking also no.
Okay, from conscious creatures.
Yeah.
Okay.
So currently the person doesn't really know much about the world that is happening.
1 second.
By Frosty. So,
dead forever.
then there were 4. So what are you guys going to do?
Mozga says we should probably interrogate him, and I happen to have the proper facilities for that.
Be my guest.
You're welcome to
Sorry,
join.
I was given the gift of Jello.
A gift of jello. Fantastic.
Sorry, what have I missed?
Mozgus is offering.
Mozga's-
I didn't hear any of that.
Mozgus is offering to take the prisoner to one of his interrogation chambers.
Okay.
You're all invited, of course.
All right.
Sounds fun.
Now is this your one part of your Abbey orphanage?
It's probably
ones, or is
it's
this
probably
an
one of the
empire?
asylums, or maybe his
Okay.
whatever office he works out of, because I'm sure those like government supplied areas have.
Yeah,
of
but
rooms.
if you went to a court supplied one, people might start wondering why bring someone for interrogation.
Fair enough.
Even if they might not ask because you're high enough inquisitor that they're probably just assuming if he's brought here, he deserves it.
But yeah, that's one of the asylums nearby.
Okay. Well, I did not make a map of the asylum, so we're just going to have to use our imagination. So, in the imperial capital, you find yourselves wandering to probably one of the poorer areas. People take a bit of a wide berth from all of you because you look different, you look rich. You look like you aren't exactly supposed to be.
Oh, right. If we're going to the city, I need to pick up Jimmy along the way. He's very important to all my plans.
You, on your way out of the forest, you take a small detour and pick up Jimmy and join the rest of the crew. Jimmy is a rather intensely apathetic and bored peasant who is paid to follow around Prince Ruha. He doesn't
Right.
really know why, but he's not paid to question. Jimmy does not speak much. I'm sure if you asked him a question, Jimmy would respond. You end up going to one of the asylums. As Moscas, are you bringing your bird, or is your bird just kind of flying above?
It would probably
the night
fly
sky?
around, just kind of
Okay.
chill.
As you approach the Abbey gates, they look at you. The night guard looks at you, bows his head, and opens the door. You also hear the night guard pull out a small whistle below it, and it sounds like almost a bird call. You end up the I guess the warden of the asylum
Hmm.
comes down after a minute or two in their night robes. Says, "Ah, my Lord Moscus, it is rare for you to visit it so deep into the night. How can I assist?"
All right. Good evening, Franklin. Even though that's not an Asian name.
Yeah, okay, that's okay. I'm okay. Asylum warden Franklin. Okay, wrote down that name.
We ran into a little bit of trouble, and I need to interrogate this man. Is there a room available?
So about this man, are you just interrogating? Are you just bringing him in the ice block?
I don't know how long the ice block lasts for, but I'm.
It lasts for as long as an ice block would normally last.
Oh well.
So in a cold environment, it lasts forever, and not cold environments, it would last less. Do you guys just stuff him into a bag of holding and then sort of pop him out?
If anyone has one,
I have a bag of holding.
there you go.
Someone's smart.
I mean, I've got a
So
bird.
you
I mean,
put
the bird
the ice
could-
statue into the bag of holding. Luckily, the bag of holding, nothing really melts because it's an extra dimensional dimension. So the Franklin, the asylum ward, nods and he just brings you to one of the cells. As you pass by, you hear the gibbering. You hear occasional smashing of fist against wall. The asylum is not a happy place, but it is a necessary place. You get to the bottom.
But those of the party paying attention to Mazga see him smiling, and he mentions, "Ah, yes, my goddess."
Not creepy.
He brings you to one of the wings that is currently not in use, and it has. He says, "I will ready. I'll ready a restraining chair." He leaves, and in the night, one of the night guards comes back in a few minutes with a chair that just has restraints. He puts it in the room. Does not look any of you in the face and leaves. You guys are left alone in a small chamber.
So now we
Yeah,
just wait for it to thaw out. Lasts as long as it would normally last.
Ice has 20 hit points. Destroying the ice frees the creature, which is staggered for 1d4 rounds after being.
I could use my hammer.
There you go.
What are the chances, though, that he'll shatter as well inside the ice?
As
Is that a
long as you don't
possibility?
do an extreme amount of damage.
Oh, maybe not then.
Just hold back, or use your fists.
Okay.
Just punch it. You'll get there.
Get there eventually. I will gently smash the ice.
Okay, you gently smash the ice. It takes a few rounds, and your fists get a little bit sore because you aren't used to just punching ice. But the ice shatters, and your ninja looks around, kind of wide-eyed for a moment. What are you
Now
going to?
detect thoughts.
Okay. Let's look at detect.
So the exact version I'm using is Mind Reader, which is the Bloodline power.
Yep.
And
So
it acts
so
as if it
strength-
was the third round.
Okay. He's going to have to roll a will save against that.
I don't actually know what the DC would be.
It's a level 1 enchant. No, a level 2 enchantment. divination spell.
Okay, then it'll be at least the 20.
Okay, so he barely fails. You hear surface thoughts. You go, something's gone terribly wrong. Where am I? I'm not in the forest. Just hearing his thoughts like, body is slow, have to escape, turn. Yeah. That is the first, few seconds of thought you get from the ninja.
Can I just hold this, or does it have to?
You can hold it up to a minute per level. Oh, wow.
Okay. I'll just keep on reading his thoughts until he.
All right,
says something
how
worth
are you
hearing.
guys going to restrain it?
Get him in the chair.
Okay, so which one of you's grabbing it? I
Assuming
imagine.
Matt.
I will do it.
Okay. Roll a grapple. CMB.
Okay. CMB.
Combat maneuver bonus.
Oh, there
The
it is.
person who would be best at this would be your giant.
Mhm.
The giant
Wrong,
bird,
but
but he's not here right now. Or
It's
she's
not
not
very
here right
good
now.
at forcing people into restraining chairs.
Guess we could go
Too
to,
delicate for its giant man-killing claws.
we could just put it on the roof and have the bird hold it down. Hey,
Wow.
that's less discreet.
Okay, so you grab the ninja. What? The ninja, disoriented, is going to try to fight back. No. You grab, you force into the chair, and the others do the restraints up. The Frosty, the thoughts you are hearing are, oh no, what? One of the target is here, but who are the others? This mission went foobar.
Okay.
So you just hear a sort of a narrative start going. It's like, don't tell them anything, don't tell them anything, don't tell them anything.
Let's see.
So what? I guess interrogation. That would be an intimidation check.
And then Mazga says, "You will tell us everything."
Okay, so
And he just smiles and looks at him.
I suddenly feel like you're the interrogator in fuck, what's it called? Berserk? That interrogates the prid guy. Can't remember his name.
Oh, yeah, Griffin.
Yeah.
That guy. Yeah, no. I mean, this character technically is inspired from Berserk, but it's a different guy. Much
Oh.
worse.
okay, so I'm going to say that roll 1d6.
Okay. Oh, fucking great.
Okay. That's okay. So this guy's is treated as friendly to you for 10 minutes. That's how long you're
Wow, that's pretty good, actually.
into. Yeah. So he goes, oh, what are you gonna do to me? What would you know?
Well, that depends on what you tell
And
us.
he already in his mind, it's like, shit, I've already lost.
She's got questions.
Yeah. So choose your questions, people.
Who sent you?
He says, Mistress Red Mantis, who Frosty then picks up. She's gonna kill me if they don't.
They?
Us.
Oh, okay.
Mistress Red. And who is Mistress Red Mantis?
You don't know? I thought a man of your position would.
I'm a busy man.
I guess people can roll knowledge local or knowledge nobility.
Oh, I have that.
Hmm.
How do I do the rolls again?
It is slash roll space 1d20 plus whatever the total bonus.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Okay, so Frosty, you've vaguely heard of Red Mantis as just it's the type of organization that isn't brought up in polite court. So you've never brought it up because it's never been relevant. Snake, you've dealt with someone who was once attacked by Red Mantis? People or someone sent by the Red Mantis? It appears like they're just some kind of thug organization from what you can recall. Chelsea, the Red Mantis are effectively assassins for hire.
Okay.
Saruman, you know that they you've had to deal with them before because they're an independent organization and sometimes they overstep their bounds and effectively people are sent to remind them of those bounds. Tiamos, you realize that they have been used by your organization to rabble rouse before by assassinating by assassinating people. Mistress Red Mantis is probably whoever the leader of this cell of the Red Mantis organization is. They work in a cell structure so that if one cell gets found out, it does not endanger the organization as a whole.
Has anything good ever been done by an organization that works in cells?
No.
Okay. I figured.
To be
I
fair,
was
this
double
is an
check.
assassin. So
I inform the rest of the party what I know about Mistress Red Mantis.
the current Mistress Red Mantis is new, and you don't know much about her, other
Okay.
than the fact that she killed the previous Mistress Red Mantis.
Of course.
And it turns out the title Mistress is it doesn't seem to matter if the current leader is male or female. They're all called that. You don't know why, but you have something to assume it's about the whole, like the animal it's inspired off of.
How many people are in a cell?
Tiamos would say that it is between 5 and 50, depending on how many lower level members they have.
Musgus asks the prisoner, how many people are in your cell?
Less now. He says.
Oh, he's sassy.
Probably none.
He says that I know of.
Musgus
Now,
punches him in the face. I said, how many are in your cell?
with the bleeding lip, he then says, the mistress and 2 more. The rest are dead on the field. You were thorough.
Ah, but we always are.
So what more questions do you have for this mantite?
I'm gonna cast suggestion.
Okay, and what is your suggestion?
My suggestion is think about the target. Don't say who, no matter what.
It's probably someone was going to come up with that question normally, so this will be interesting.
So, the suggestion is 22. And then if anyone's looking closely, I can roll the bluff and
You know
sleight
what?
of hand, I
Yeah, let's see if
Yeah.
anyone can catch this, because I mean, you can't just cast all that stuff all the time without anyone noticing. Maybe.
think. Plus the 3.
What do I have to
All
roll?
right.
Perception and then sense mode.
So, sense motive, you need to beat 40.
No, no.
And 20 plus.
Nope, not that time.
Okay.
I'm actually not far off from your score, but not
I
enough.
Eventually, you will get it. That is certain through the fullness of time.
Yep.
But it's going to be like 2 acts in before it happens.
The picture of the ice witch
Ah.
goes into your mind. He's like, "Why did you ask that question? Why did you tell me that?"
Oh no, the suggestion isn't even words. It's just like I don't verbally say that. It's just in his head. I think.
Oh, okay. I think suggestion you actually have to say that out loud.
Okay. By suggesting course of action to a set to reasonable.
It doesn't say
It
it's
has a
mental.
vocal component.
Has a
So
vocal
that
component.
is you. Suggestion must be worded in such a manner as to make an activity sound reasonable.
Oh.
Okay, I don't know about that. Okay,
That
in
never
case It's
happened.
kind of hard to hide the spell.
That never happened.
All
I
right.
imagine the next question you have is, who was your target?
Yep.
And he,
Because it wasn't me, I was gonna let it slide anyways and just like drop the spell immediately. But this works too. So I need to actually say suggestion.
he
That's it.
says the ice witch. We were hired to kill the ice witch.
Just her.
And anyone around her, but specifically her. Hello.
Hello?
Do?
Hi.
Oh, hey, Lauren.
Sorry about being late.
No worries.
Okay.
Just had to get.
So, currently they're going over an interrogation of a ninja from the last session. So you would be introduced later. So no worries.
Next question I have is, who hired you?
Only Mistress Red Mantis knows. I would never deal with clients.
Oh, here's a question: do you have any more useful information?
I know a few good restaurants around.
Might
Now
want,
that's useful.
we might want to
What this
inquire
guy-
about the location of this mistress.
Hmm.
That's a good idea.
He says the location. We meet in different places. I can give you the location of the last safe house, but you aren't likely to find her there.
Now that you have failed your mission, what is likely to be the next move from the mistress in order to uphold her contract with her employer?
Well, she will likely try to kill you herself.
Excellent.
Otherwise, she will likely try to kill me.
How does she know
And
you
then
failed?
she will. She always has one hiding in the shadows, not engaging.
Hmm.
That one has likely returned to her. You are not a subtle.
Well, we can at least check out their old hideout.
Mhm.
Get some information from
Mhm.
there. And I believe you will be staying here for a while.
Oh, he says, alive, dead, in one piece?
You will be in one piece. For now. But if you've lied to us, we cannot guarantee that.
You do not sense that he is much comforted by your words.
I remind you that no one knows you were here but us.
He says nothing. So do you leave the ninja restrained in an insane asylum?
Mozgas will.
Okay.
Yes.
Not
Seems
not my
secure
problem.
enough.
Okay. So, you go to what was what the last hideout location, a warehouse in the middle of a merchant district. When you get to the warehouse, the doors are locked. There's a night guard. Do you approach the warehouse? Do you storm? Do you sneak?
I'm gonna walk up and extend my hand in a greeting. Friendly like.
The guard says, "Oh, he looks at your extended hand and says, "Who are you?"
Oh, he's not gonna. What a rude
I
guy.
wouldn't shake someone's hand that came out of me personally.
No.
In the middle of the night, really?
Yeah, it's
You
weird.
actually guess
I'm a
people?
weird
Oh.
guy, I know.
You know, in Ruha, it's customary to shake the hands of one better.
Wow.
Roll a charisma check.
20 plus. Oh, geez, what's my charisma score?
Modified.
8. Yeah.
Okay. He reluctantly extends his hand and like touches the tip and tries to shake there. He doesn't know what your
Okay.
designs are.
And he's subject to the suggestion, which is tell us of who's here now, who has been here, and other such things that come to mind.
He goes, I think you should leave.
Wait, did he beat that?
He rolled a 22.
Okay. So I get +2 because it's a willing touch on a 20. Where's my suggestion? A 22. So that's 24 DC.
Okay. He goes, oh yeah, because you get the bonus to the DC if they don't realize that.
Yeah, unless he rolls a natural 20, he doesn't win.
Okay. He goes, it's just boxes in there. There was a meeting like last week of some people in there, but hasn't been a living soul in there since.
Then why is he guarding the room?
Oh, it has
That's a good question.
valuables.
That's a pretty good reason.
It's a warehouse.
Hmm.
We store stuff. So,
Brave man is doing the job of one lock. How much do you think he gets paid?
about the same as one lock. So, but this lock can yell at people and stop vermin occasionally. So
Mhm.
He's
he's a
feeling
mobile
up to it.
lock.
All right. Just going to say, I really need to get in there. I left something important.
He goes, okay. And he opens it and he lets you in. To everyone else, this exchange is strange.
Does seem a little weird.
I mean, he's a charming person.
You go in and it turn. I guess everyone roll perception checks as you search the warehouse. Chelsea, you can roll a perception check for yourself and your familiar if you brought your familiar along.
Yeah.
This check is for the warehouse?
Yes, this is for the warehouse.
How do I know?
As of that.
What? Hold on, I think he's having an issue.
Your familiar has plus 12 to perception.
Damn.
It's my job.
Okay, so you guys thoroughly start searching. You discover that there is a. You discover that there. Is still just a lot of stuff in here. The guy's guarding a legitimate warehouse. But also, it appears like some other group has a. Let's see, Snake and. Mozgas and Tiamos.
Oh, sorry, let me change
Find a small trap door hidden beneath a box, but not fully hidden. When you open the trap door, you see it leads down to a small room that actually seems to be. It had a table. It has a table. It evidently had scraps of paper, but you see whatever this room was used for, the people in it burned all of the identifying markers.
Hmm.
So this was likely used as a plan of attack, where they planned the attack.
They're thorough.
Well, when you work in a capital with people like you, Mazgas, they have to be. So,
What's the plan now?
currently you have a few plot threads that you guys can choose from. You can choose to keep on trying to go down the rabbit hole and pursue this red mantis lady, Mistress Red Mantis. You can meet up with the monk of the mandate, who is going to tell you about several artifacts. Or you could just go off and do your own thing because you're adventurers and you hate my planet. As a DM.
I say we set a trap. Have the mantis come to us.
Use yourself as bait.
If I could get some help.
All right.
I can be
Okay.
bait as long as I can trust you to protect me.
Okay, and so is this a plan you want to immediately enact, or do you think that the Red Mantis will wait some time
I feel like the
before
mantis.
they try to?
I feel like the mantis might wait. I don't know.
She probably doesn't know that they failed yet, right? This is all in the same night.
It's in the same night, but one of them ran off.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right.
True.
So they
But
probably
they also
reported,
probably need time to plan their next attack.
especially since they failed, like, pretty decisively.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Spectacularly.
If we find, let's set our eyes on a relic. Make sure it's known to someone which way we're going, and they'll probably try to ambush us on the road outside of the city.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds good to me.
Weird.
Weird.
Okay.
You owe me a
So,
bear.
the Archivist of the Aeons, that contact that you have, is not likely to be working at this hour.
That's
see,
okay. We can find where they live.
Are his quarters in the actual place, or is
Okay. So, hi, Palace. So, in the spires of learning, in the beautiful multicolored rainbow dots of the
It's so
spires of
pretty.
learning, it took me some time to make. You can try to find the archivists do work within there. You could try to figure out where this archivist is. The archivist's name is Feng Shen. He is an archivist. But also an old friend of the voice. He is relatively high up in the archivists.
Now, when an immortal person who's been reincarnated several times says old friend, how old?
At this point, you don't know if this is because if multiple lives are involved, it could be a long time.
Okay.
It could also just be like an old friend from in this life.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have to ask Feng Shen. I'll put that into the Roll20. So, will you wait till the morning? Are you going to wait a few days? Are you going to storm the archivist's buildings right now and says, we need to speak with Feng Shen?
I feel like that might.
Bring him
Cause a
to
stir.
us or else bad things will happen.
That's not a good-
That might raise some suspicion.
Are you sure? That just sounds perfect.
I think the Emperor does need to sleep, and the faster we get out of here, might be the better.
Mozgus offers essentially a ride if you live far away.
Want to go
It will
home or
be
to go?
conspicuous, but
Well, his bird is always flying, so
That's true.
I assume that since I'm a skald, I'm known around the archivists' workplace.
you might be. But if you've never actually asked the archivists any historical questions, it's quite possible that you learned stuff from traveling books, and you've never actually gone into the Empire's official archives to
Okay,
ask
true.
stuff. But that's up to you. Have you been into the archives before?
I think I've probably been into the archives, but maybe not talked specifically to the guy.
Okay, so you've been to the archive. The archive is spread throughout several buildings, and there are some redundancies and extra-dimensional spaces involved to prevent any one disaster from destroying the thousands of years of history that have been recorded in the archives. Also, if anyone wants a little bit more information about this whole thing, if you look in the journal tab, under handouts you can see timeline of the Empire. You don't need to look at any of the rest quite yet, but you can if you want. Effectively, these are some of the rumors that will eventually be looking down, that Feng Shen will be explaining. So, let's see. I'm assuming you guys are then going to wait for at least the morning.
I would say the
But
next day.
Shouldn't be
Yeah.
too long now. We met at midnight, I think. So
You guys disperse back to your homes, or your workshops, or your taverns, or wherever your character regularly sleeps. The dawn comes, and I imagine a few of you still have duties that you do. Have you guys set a time for you to meet the archivist?
We'll probably all have to be sort of discreet about it if we're all going to be
Yes.
in a group. I could try and make those bird messengers people can use.
Yeah, I think though that could work. So, I will say that we'll work out the exact price and
Okay.
after the session. But I'm saying that you create an invisible a bird messenger that can turn a metallic construct bird messenger that can turn invisible
Oh, that's
and
Okay.
uninvisible.
I can't make it look bird-like,
Oh, you can make it look bird-like.
like with feathers and stuff.
It has feathers but mechanical legs.
Yes. You know exactly what I'm referring to.
I do. And it can turn itself invisible. I'm not
Yep.
going to allow you to make it carry more stuff than
Yeah, that's fine.
yet. You'll have to upgrade them later.
You want a bird to carry stuff? I got that.
Well, this bird, it like holds like massive amounts of stuff, but then you like you use a spell to like put all of that stuff in an orb, and then you put the orb in the stomach in like the cavity of it,
Mm-hmm.
and then the bird looks real except for mechanical legs,
Oh, that's
and then
pretty cool.
it goes where it needs to, and then when you receive it, it get like just sort of vomits out stuff.
Nice.
Currently, your bird would just be able to follow your commands as to where to go, where to drop off a message, and when to leave.
Mm-hmm.
So effectively, treat it a little bit like a dumber version of the Hogwarts owl.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Well, it can't
Oh.
magically find.
Shots fired.
Shots fired.
It can't magically find a small kid who lives under a cupboard under the stairs.
Fair enough.
Is like the Hogwarts owls are like, man, that kid really likes being in a cupboard under the stairs. Here's a letter you abused
Oh,
child.
excuse me, that was actually an enchanted piece of mail. That wasn't even related to the owls.
Well, the owls all knew where the child was. Where the child
That echo is bad.
Who is it?
Alexandra.
Oh.
It
Let
is
me
known.
restart again. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Well, we'll see if the echo is if it persists. But so an invisible construct messenger bird
Improves.
probably visits each of you and gives you a time to discreetly meet. Because if you don't discreetly meet, then people are going to be like, wow, I wonder why all those people from disparate parts of the court are suddenly meeting hanging out together all the time.
We're best friends.
Best friends.
Of time overnight.
Started a
so
chess
we can
club,
see
actually.
As much as possible about everyone.
We have
I
t-shirts.
don't. I almost kind of like the idea that all of you just like, yes, I've met all of them at a tea ceremony. Yes.
Look, I made all of you kimonos.
To be fair, Chelsea's character could probably make some kick-ass clothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That'll be for later.
Victory clothing.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hello?
We can hear you.
Hey.
Yep.
Okay.
We aren't being mean. We can hear you. So you guys meet up, I presume, sometime in the afternoon when all of you can get away from your duties to meet the archivist Feng Sheng. Coming up to this, you realize that Feng Sheng is in the yellow tier of buildings. Holds different types of information. Yellow is tax records
Oh God.
and other specialized bureaucratic forms. You go and you go to meet him. You see a harried-looking gnome in spectacles. See one of you, the first one of you to arrive. When you reach the door, they go, hello. Why would someone so mighty be coming to the tax office? You don't need us to make your taxes less. We can't do that. The Emperor says we can't. The gnome seems rather nervous. Maybe this is not the first time a powerful and mighty figure has come to the tax office.
Do I still have that letter from the voice, or did those vanish?
Oh no, you have the letter.
I'm just gonna hold it up and say, we have a mutual friend.
Oh, he looks
have
and he goes, you're here on the Emperor's orders. Then we might be able to do something. Says,
Right.
Yeah, that's not quite right either.
I'm Ongba. I am a junior accountant. How can I help you today?
We're looking for, what was the guy's
Feng
name?
Shen.
That one.
Okay, Ongba, junior accountant, is definitely going to. He goes, oh, you want to meet with Feng? Let me see. He might be buried deep in one of the file piles right now, but Ongba just starts going deeper into the building. You guys following. The tax collection. There are giant stone and wood cabinets with all different types of records, ranging from thin stone wafers that are chiseled on to papyrus to leather to, at one point, you think that might be kind of sentient skin. You eventually find eventually there is a cabinet that is currently 3 cabinets that are currently open and their contents everywhere on the floor. And on top of it is a small rat person. Ongba says, you have friends to see you. They have fancy pieces of paper. Points towards the group. And Feng Shen looks up, and then in a deep, deep voice that completely goes against the fact the small rat-like body, he goes, yes? I was told to expect some visitors. Don't mind the mess, but I'd rather not have any feet but my own trampling on these records. He scampers down the pile. Come to my office. We'll discuss what needs to be done.
Is he the size of a person or the size of a rat?
He is like hobbit sized.
Okay.
He's like 3.5 feet tall. He's tall for a rat person.
All right.
He doesn't look so impressive when he's off of the 9-foot tall pile of tax records. He points towards that one, and he says, Jungles of Ryseth, you will not believe how shoddy their record taking is.
I can believe it.
They also, anytime they try to send me parchment or leather, it's ruined already. Regardless, he brings you to his office. He points towards his tea, says a word, and the tea starts making itself. And he goes, How specifically can I help you today? I assume that you're here from a mutual friend.
Sounds about right. We're looking for artifacts.
Oh. 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 He starts thinking. And she sent you. Oh, she. That far. You can see thoughts, just the gears turning in Fang Shen's mind. And he eventually turns to you and says, well, I have good news, and I have bad news. Which do you wish to hear first?
Let's
you
hear the
say
bad news.
Can you say
Yeah.
the bad news in a way that it sounds like the good news, then the good news in a way that it sounds like the bad news for me, please?
He thinks about it, and he says, I might attempt. Okay, good news. The details of the records you're looking for are in an abandoned archive out of the city in the mountains of Aval that require some daring do and adventure to deal with.
So fresh air.
Fresh air.
Oh, that's good news.
Bad news is that we recently discovered a new cache of tax records that are linked with the now discontinued divination program run by the Seers Court that tried to keep track of various artifacts in the Empire.
I don't know how that's any kind
was
of...
that
Yeah, I
reversed?
don't understand that one.
Okay.
I'm not
let
one
me
for
explain.
taxes myself.
So every action the Empire takes has a paper trail. He points towards the mountains of archives. We're a very bureaucratic system. And so we have found tax records here that migrated from the old archives, which were in the mountains of Haval due to it. That doesn't matter. Regardless, the Seers Court used to run a program where they would use spells such as legend lore and whatnot and try to find out where old artifacts were. So the Seers Council would devote a chunk of its resources towards keeping track of heirlooms of the Empire. I have the tax records that prove that we once did the program, but the results of that program are in no archive here. So I can tell you where you can find the closest results. The most up-to-date information on a bevy of artifacts. Because I have the tax records that say that we paid the mages to find out about it. I don't know the information that was gotten. That's in the old archives. Are you following me?
Mm-hmm.
He says.
Mm-hmm.
Kinda know, but... sounds like we need to go to old archives.
Yes.
Yes. He says, one moment, I'll pull up the information of where the old archives exactly are. He effectively drags out some information and points you towards a world map. Not a world map, an empire map, because to them the empire is the world.
It's pretty big.
It's very big. So why did that paste? That's okay. I'm in complete control. Okay. So, He points towards Haval, the Three Wise Mountains, in the center of the map. And where you see that staircase symbol that I'm pinging, he says that is where the old archives were. They were moved to the imperial capital after some kind of incident happened at them, and the emperor decided it was safer, easier, and more efficient to hold the archives close to the capital. So we discontinued the artifact searching program. According to this tax record, he pulls out a stone tablet. He starts reading ancient imperial. Do any of you have linguistics as a skill?
I probably do. Nope, I don't.
Nope.
Nope.
I thought I was
Okay.
really smart. Never mind.
You're really smart. You just didn't put anything into linguistics. So, you can fix that next level.
Okay.
He starts reading, muttering through it, and he says, "The last archives records we have are from 800 years ago."
Wow.
And that is the warmest trail for many of these artifacts. However, what information it has on each of these is likely more than what we would find. 800 years is not that much in the lifespan of an artifact. As for the artifacts that this PAX form says it has, there's something called the Armor of the Dragon Emperor, the Pearls of Celestial Wisdom, the Regalia of the Phoenix Queen, and Vestments of Talmec the Black. Each one of these has a great deal of cultural history associated with it, and are actually multiple small artifacts. There are at least 4 Pearls of Celestial Wisdom, and there's some kind of... the vestments are more than 1 per piece, so... I don't know much about these individual artifacts. You would actually have to ask around. Or go to the old archives and see what you can find there. Most of the records there should be preserved. That uses the same kind of preservation magic we use to stop natural things like rot. Also, the old archives may or may not have monsters in it.
Well, naturally.
Well, they've been abandoned for 800 years. I imagine they'd be infested by now.
And I imagine there's also probably some traps left by the Empire.
Do we have a layout or blueprint of the old archive?
Let's see. He goes, and I don't know how much the incident that caused the archives to be moved, destroyed the layout. But it appears like there were several main halls, and getting down to the bottom, you ended up with the vault. What you're looking for is likely in the vault.
Does the vault need to be opened with a particular key, or is it just...
Not according to the tax records, but tax records don't really talk about magical traps, do they, other than cost? Points towards... He pulls out some tax records. He's like, magical trap cost, and they didn't even estimate it correctly.
Bureaucracy for you.
Yes, but without it, our empire would come to a screeching halt. It says, at least we have records that people lied about the taxes. And then we have brave men and women of the empire like yourselves to help sort it out.
Is there anything you want us to bring back from that archive that might be of interest to yourself?
Oh, well, I would always be interested in what information couldn't have been extracted.
We're making the trip anyways.
Oh, well, that would be lovely.
And maybe you'll pay us back a favor in kind at some point.
Well, he says, I'm already paying you with a favor that I to the voice, but I understand. He looks directly into your eyes, Frosty. Prince. He looks into Prince Ruha's eyes, and he says, I cannot lessen the tax burden on the country, except you can only do that via treaty.
Pardon? I didn't actually hear that. It's quiet.
Only by treaty can you change the tax burden on your country.
Of course.
I cannot influence that. Well, I can influence that, but I can't change it.
Oh, well, influence is enough. I think we get this show on the road now. I've got to settle some things in court and then head out on the road.
One more thing. Feng
Oh,
Shen.
yes.
What if you were looking for something out of there? What would it be in particular?
Oh, well...
Would you just want old archives?
Well, I
just
would actually
tablets?
specifically ask if you could find... He pulls out a tablet, but you can tell that this tablet is a stone tablet, not like modern
iPad.
tablet. He pulls out an iPad and says something like this.
Weird old technology. Very, very confusing.
Very old technology, unreliable, but people liked its style.
An iPad 1.
The iPad -4000. No, he goes. He pulls out. Actually, no. He pulls out a tablet made of obsidian, and he says, "If you find one of these are actually tablets that are magically connected to other records. So I can search through. It helps crunch the numbers, as it were, and can give me access to other information without me physically having. What he's actually describing is kind of like a computer tab.
It's a database.
It is a ye old magic database. He says, I understand that the archives will likely be too large for you to actually take.
Don't underestimate us.
But if you can find one of that, I'll be able to access the most important aspects of it without actually having to physically be there.
Sounds good.
Well, if you can lend us like 3 bags of holding, could probably take most of the library.
I've already got one.
Yeah.
He thinks about it and he says, come back in a day and I can get you a lent bag of holding.
How much can a bag of holding hold? Weight wise?
It depends on how big it is.
I think the small ones are like a closet space, basically.
So, if you look at the bag of holding, let me just link it to you guys. He would be able to get you a bag of holding type 4. It can hold 1,500 pounds or 250 cubic feet.
Wait, that's it? Oh, we don't need his bag of holding.
All right, we need a very large bag generally than if it's
My
just for.
my bird is covered in saddlebags and can hold up to 22,000 pounds and still fly.
Dang. I feel like books are like it's mostly stone tablets. All right, that's pretty good.
More
Okay,
if someone,
so-
if our singer here makes him angry. A long angry flight.
Then he calms down like an hour in and crashes down. Like, "Oh, I'm not angry enough to carry this all.
I'm more sad that I have to carry it than angry.
Actually, my songs do not fatigue you when they're done.
But they do have a limit to how long. He goes, well, if you can bring some of that, the tax office will be indebted to you. Maybe indebted is the wrong term. The tax office will quite like you. I have to
Should we
be
talk to the
very-
voice before we go? We have those like little orbs to call it, right?
Yes, you have an orb that you can call the
One or one per person?
one per person.
Okay.
But they're single use.
We're probably fine. We might want to. No, we're probably. The prince pulls out a coin. Says, heads we call.
Is that a 1 or a 2 on a 1d2?
Let's go with a 1. Okay. We're calling.
Okay. Ring ring. No. You have 25 words, and then the voice has 25 words back.
Heading to Haval today.
You can write it out first if you.
Yeah. Actually, that's a good idea.
Actually, depending on how many things we need to bring back, we might want to get a large tarp of some kind.
It's a tarp.
It'd be easier.
Heading to Haval today. If you have last-minute wisdom, equipment, or reinforcements, be quick.
Okay. So.
And that's the message. I suppose I have a few extra words here. I don't know what to fill them with.
Okay. So you get a word back. New person on list. Monster Hunter Shakti Tia. Take her with you. Good luck. You might not be alone in your quest for old knowledge.
Okay. So I guess just find out who that is, swing by their place, and
I guess
Explain on-
knowledge nobility.
Knowledge nobility.
and I relay the message.
Lauren, are you there?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's good.
I fucked up.
Well, luckily, this isn't really a you fucked up kind of thing. This might be a you just don't know kind of thing. So,
Oh,
Frosty, you've heard of this Shakti. Lauren, how exactly do I pronounce it?
Shakti.
You're cutting out.
Shakti, you know her because she is one of the only other people who steal the spotlight from you when she's in the. She too has ridiculous charisma. You only found out about her because she kept on stealing your spotlight.
Oh, terrible.
She is in the Black Summoner's Court in the domestic regulation. Effectively, she hunts monsters for a living. You think that it's a terrible thing for someone, so you're probably of two minds. One, it's terrible for someone so beautiful to risk their lives like that. But second, you probably wish her life was a bit more risked so that you might be more beautiful.
Yes,
Might be the
that's
only flower in the field.
perfect.
Saruman, you've heard rumor that she does good work, but not really how. And Tiamos, you've encountered the leavings of her work. It appeared it was messy, but it seems like she's kind of good at her job.
Well, that's good.
Mozga's in Chelsea, you don't.
All right, so a quick jaunt to the Black Summoners Guild, and I don't knock on doors, ask where we can find the person.
Yes.
Okay. Well, between your knowledge and Tiamos's knowledge, you find her. Dun, 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 dun. In the palace, in the Black Summoner's menagerie, in a general day there, Lauren, what would your character be doing?
General day.
Mm-hmm. Are you just practicing with other people? Are you teaching new recruits? Are you just being a lovely wallflower? Like, what do you do?
So when I'm not out in the field hunting, tries monsters and whatnot, monsters found there, sharing my knowledge, practicing.
Okay.
Make sure
Tricky.
you're talking a little bit louder or change your sound sensitivity because you're cutting in and out.
Sorry, can you hear me right now?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Woo!
So, you find her with a bunch of young, or relatively young, petitioners of the Black Summoner's Court. She's trying to teach them how to fight properly. But she keeps on explaining techniques that they don't really get. Seems like she's trying to get through to them. But then she, at one point, says, well, then you just claw them in the face, and one of her hands turns into a claw. They're like, ma'am, I can't do that. Lauren, I don't want to put too much of your first impression up to just me making up shit. So.
And then I would like ruffle them on the head and be like, "Of course you can, just in your own way."
They're soothed by that, and they're just like, oh, metaphorical claws. That's what I'm missing.
The battlefield is of the mind, not just the physical realm. I chuckle at that.
You chuckle, and your whole group of students laughs cheerfully. I guess You notice a group of rather strangely dressed people approaching. They are not in the regular Black Summoners court black, grays, and white.
I narrow my eyes and then address my students to like continue practicing with each other, and then I go to meet them and see what's going on. Why you in my court? You know.
One of the students says, "I'm gonna claw you," and they're like, "You don't have claws. My own claws." Metaphorical.
Like as I'm
Okay.
walking away, I tell them like, "You must discover what those are." Hello. I bow. What brings you to our humble
Oh,
summoner?
Lauren, why don't you physically describe what your character looks like?
Okay. So my character has really long black hair. Has amber-colored eyes. She's kind of a thin, muscular build. Yes.
Okay.
Pleasant features, but they can also turn like really sharp in an instant. After she greets you, she kind of like gives you a wary look. There's definitely a spark of like focus and sharpness to her eye. Oh my god.
Okay. And for her eludication, could you guys describe what you guys as a motley crew look like? Probably starting with like Chelsea.
So, my lady is really she's 5'6"? Okay, she's 5'6". I thought I made her shorter.
You can make her short.
Nah, she'll be okay at 5'6". She is fair skinned. She has an elegant she has elegant features, and she looks human if were it not for her silver eyes and silver hair. And her hair's like mid back length, I suppose.
Okay. And Snake.
Mozgus, if you look in Discord, looks like that.
My god.
Horrifying.
Who is that?
That's Mozgus.
No, but
He literally took.
I just took the name and the image.
oh. Okay.
And
About 6 foot, kind of average human, brown hair, brown eyes, and yeah, he wears very plain clothes today.
oh no, Roll20, don't do this to me. Okay, Alexandra. Well, I freak out. Please describe
Saruman is keeping closer to the back of the group. She's also 5'6", has dark hair. It's tied up in elaborate braids down her back. And she's wearing like leathers mostly, but everything's very worn, battle worn. And she's keeping fairly quiet, but she's watching everything.
Okay. Well, it appears like the Roll20 on my main computer has started doing counter. So, switching to backup. I have a hot swap computer just ready for this. Knowing that bad things happen to Roll20. So this group is approaching you. Do you have any knowledge nobility?
Let's see. Forgive me, but which sheet is that on?
That would be the main sheet. That would be the main character sheet in the middle column.
Yes, I have 8.
Okay, so roll 1d20 plus 8.
Do I just do explanation?
I did not catch you. What you were saying.
Sorry?
Okay, so you actually do kind of recognize some of these people. The androgynous one is Prince Ruha, political prisoner. Also very charming person. He seems to be able to get away with a lot of things. He's also kind of touchy-feely. As for Mazgas, you have heard him only in his rather fearsome reputation and his love of a giant bird that he seems to carry around in city, that seems to follow him in city limits, and no one seems to be questioning it. You don't know that much about the white-haired, silver-eyed woman, other than you think she's part of the Court of Concubines, but she hasn't made a very big name for herself yet. For the battle-worn leather in the back, you actually don't know who she is, but you're pretty sure that she's an assassin. Like, the court has many of those. And ultimately, the Tiamas, you don't know who he is. Sorry, Tiamas, you haven't really established a name for yourself, because every time you go and do something for the Empire, you're wearing a different face.
It's okay. That's my job.
Okay. So, I guess continuing the conversation from where it was, how are you guys going to respond to her questioning why you guys are here?
Probably by walking forward with an outreach hand.
All right, Hugh man. You're just playing the same character.
Oh, it's okay. I won't deny the mannerisms are a bit similar now.
It is different. Human was very much about murder facing people. This one's a little less facing.
Oh, jeez. Someone's cat attacked the microphone?
No,
Not yet.
sorry, I got caught in my recording. You okay?
Yeah, we're good.
I've been in like
Yeah,
till
we're
like
good. Tiamus says, "Would you believe me if I told you we were auditing?"
Roll a bluff check. You can roll a sense motive plus 20 because you know these people. None of them are in the tax office, or you know most of them. But there's the possibility. Tiamus, roll a bluff check.
Okay.
Okay.
it's gonna be sad to do it.
So, Lauren, roll your sense motive plus 20. Whatever your sense motive plus is, and then add it.
Add 20?
It's not a very believable lie.
Okay.
Okay, so if it's I'm confused now. So how do I just a regular
So, what is the total bonus you have on sense?
2? It's 2.
Then roll 22. So,
Okay.
what your bonus in addition, add 20 to whatever it is. Okay, you believe they're audited.
Oh my god.
You're a bit suspicious.
Oh, that's
Wow.
1d22 plus 20.
Yes. That's what I was told to do.
Oh no, 1d20 plus 22.
Oh. Try that again?
Yep.
Sure. We'll see if you actually believe that they're tax collectors.
Nope.
Okay, you do not believe that they're tax collectors.
No, I meant like taking the class, not like auditing
Oh.
the class. Sorry.
Oh, okay. I thought when you say audit, I think tax collectors, not.
Yeah, that sounds like
Sorry, I should have been more clear.
Do you believe that we're trying to take the class? No.
they're a little old.
Too old.
I say you were taking a very late start in life.
You take the outstretched handshake?
Oh, I couldn't my mic thing. Yes, I shake your hand
Roll
Okay.
a will save.
awkwardly because I'm like, why do people shake hands? I bow to everyone.
That's exactly.
Not in Ruha, they don't. Okay. So I'm casting Charm Monster, which is, for this, it's a DC of 25 total.
Roll a will save. Lauren, please roll a will save.
Oh, I didn't know.
Man, all social encounters gonna be like lie, touch, lie.
Thankfully, once we're a cohesive group together, I'm gonna close down on the amount of mod magic against allies, but
Roll that bluff.
for the moment,
There it is.
okay. But no, I can do that, but you literally can't win. It's even if I
He
roll a
has
one.
plus
Oh,
33.
damn.
One of these days, we'll see it though.
So, Lauren, please roll a 1d20 plus your will save.
I'm working on it. I just keep mistyping
Okay.
it.
Okay.
Oh my god.
You know,
Suddenly.
this attractive androgynous person seems like they're a really nice person.
They seem very friendly, and everything they say just sort of seems to make sense to you. So. And they happen to be saying, "Hey, congratulations! You've been drafted to go on an adventure with us. Pack up your things."
Okay.
It doesn't seem that unreasonable.
Alright.
God damn it! How long does charm monster work for?
1 day per level. Jeez.
Wow.
So for most of the journey, but we'll explain along the way, and hopefully by the time the spell ends, you'll be on our side either way.
Wait, one
Why can't we just do this?
1 day per level. How?
Yeah,
So
charm
it's
monster.
10 days.
Yep.
Jesus.
Say, oh, but of course, allow me to prepare myself. You've caught me a little, well, underprepared, embarrassingly. And then I go and I instruct my kids to disband for the day, and that their instructor there'll be another instructor filling in, and then I go to pack my stuff and stuff.
Okay. So
And check in with my person.
now everyone else, how are you reacting to Prince Ruha just literally being able to? Do some of you believe magic is involved, or do others just?
I am very suspicious because I do this myself.
I mean,
But he's
there's
such
some
a-
recognition between them.
But you aren't actually seeing him cast a spell,
True.
which is odd.
I ask him what the hell he's doing.
Oh, well, if you ask nicely and happen to be the youngest son of the richest family to have ever graced this earth, well, people tend to listen.
Right.
Let's roll that bluff.
Your sense motive is +10 because you're already suspicious.
Only a 4, jeez.
I'll roll on shit.
I have a chance.
Oh, wait, do I get the +10 as well, or no?
You get a +10.
Oh, then I know he's lying.
Mazgas, you're pretty sure something more is happening, but you don't know what. You have the gut feeling that more things are happening.
Damn.
Oh, dang. That's
TMOs,
pretty good.
this is the smoothest operator you have ever seen. You just see him effortless. It seems that you're pretty sure that with some kind of touch, he is doing something. You don't know if it's a supernatural ability, if he's just really good at hiding his spells, or if you're pretty sure it's not just because he's so good looking. You don't know exactly what, but you're pretty sure magic is involved.
I say, you're going to have to teach me that trick one day.
Mm-hmm. Of course.
Okay.
Moscus asks, how is she so willing? How is she so willing?
He does like a shrug, people listen. People like
and
me.
he's using Discern Lies.
Discern lies. What does that spell do?
That spell, each round when you concentrate on one target, you know if the target deliberately and knowingly speaks a lie.
Okay. Can you beat a DC 19 caster check?
So roll a caster level check, which is 1d20 plus 10.
Okay. Yes.
Okay. You can discern
now
lies.
make a save.
Which?
Frosty.
Oh, I make a save.
Will save. First is the divination spell.
Us.
Oh, right. It's right. Okay.
Oh,
We both crit.
bringing out the big rolls.
Okay. You cast, but you sent. You look at him. He resisted your discern lies.
Well, I guess I'll have to go for old sense motive. Or do I keep
That's so much.
Do I keep the old
As
one?
you guys just social roll at each other. Now there is some DM fiat. Some people are of the opinion that players don't roll social rolls against each other.
Because it's
In
kind
terms of
of
seeing a lie, I think that's fair. Or seeing a lie, that should be based on rolls. But the rest, like if you intimidate, I don't think intimidation should work.
Intimidate and diplomacy should be players
Between characters,
choosing.
yeah.
Because we should just talk it out.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So you guys are.
Mosgus is suspicious.
Okay.
I think you guys will probably have to talk it out while you're flying on the giant bird. So.
Mhm.
Uh.
Okay.
Mhm.
Here's what he does. He takes off a ring, puts it into his pocket, and picks up an identical ring. It's the same ring, really, and puts it on. Just with sleight of hand to sort of hide that it's the same ring. As if he had used up the magical charges in a ring and was replacing it with an identical one.
You better do that.
Or actually,
Roll
no.
a sleight
You
of
gotta do that
hand.
Wait,
sleight
wait.
of hand.
I got better than that. Because he's always got the, not hat of disguise, but eyebrow piercing of disguise, I guess.
Yeah.
Uses that to create a new ring of very similar make and model.
Roll a disguise check then.
Disguise, okay. 20
With a
plus.
plus 10. Because you're using the hat.
Where is my disguise, anyways? Okay.
Snake, roll sense motive.
I think his regular bonus beats
Would it
that.
be perception or sense motive?
Actually, it'd be perception for. It would be perception for that. Mosca sees the ring, like, go into the pocket, and then he seems to put on another ring. You're not sure if that's the original ring, but the implication there is that whatever
using
he's
a magic
doing
ring.
is connected to the ring.
He's not a caster, he's just got a magic item. See?
I
It's all mundane.
guess
explanation.
Mosca's roll a spellcraft check to try to figure out what
Yeah,
you
that's
know
not
about
gonna-
magic.
Not much.
It might be a ring. It might be something else. This man is just suspicious. Okay, so the flurry of your guys talking.
Social
passes.
battle.
Social battle. And the monster hunter appears with her stuff. Are all of you also ready to go?
I think so.
Yeah.
I've got Jimmy. I need to drop off. The main job I have here is sort of being a.
Oh, wait a moment. Oh yeah, okay. The Jimmy thing wouldn't have tripped.
No, because it's not an aura. The main thing I do at this court is just to sort of provide some insight on Bruja and how things work there. He also owns a small tavern where he's been preparing a cookbook, so he brought the rough draft of the cookbook and he's brought it to the person he usually talks to, and he's like, I'm going away for a bit. This should give you some information if there's anything you need to look up. Thanks, bye.
So you just flounce off.
Yep.
Okay. So the rest of you, what are you going to? Are you just going to ask for some time off, or are you going to say doing court business and leave? Or are you just not going to inform anyone that you're leaving?
I ask for I ask my diviner for a possible location for me to search for the rebels who destroyed my
Yep.
hometown. And then I tell them that I'm going there.
Oh, okay. So they give you a place deeper in to the west in Imperial Land.
Okay.
You tell them you're going there. Okay. For the rest of you.
I say that I'm taking on a contract for the good of the Empire, and it's important enough that I'm going to take it on myself, and I leave my second to deal with my...
Okay. You leave your pawn to deal with your position?
Hmm?
Okay. And I just need to hear from Chelsea and Lord.
Mazgus will probably find an excuse for someone else to look into in Haval, in that region.
Okay.
I'll probably have my guard cover for me, and just tell people that I've just been pretty much holed up in my workshop with, and no one misses me in the court anyway. So, and
The
that's
court
not
never bothered you anyway.
it's not unlike her to just sort of disappear into her workshop for a long time. So
Okay. Well then, all of you have set up your excuses and are properly fucking off.
Yep.
So, let's look at distances involved. So the journey is actually a fair bit of travel by if you were on foot or just walking on a horse. But you guys are adventurers. I imagine you have quicker ways of going about things. The journey is, if we look at the handy dandy measuring. Wait, are you guys on the map? Yes, you are on the Empire map. We look at the capital and then we drag it to the symbol. That's 850 miles.
Wow.
But
it's quite a bit.
between I know that at least one person has teleport and the other and you have otherwise a giant eagle that can take everyone.
That's true.
How far does teleport go?
Well, the limitations of teleport are that
It's not accurate.
it might not be entirely accurate, but T. No, that's interplanetary teleport. No. Okay.
Planetary.
Wait, there's an interplanetary teleport?
Yeah.
We have to go to an adventure on the moon.
It's the only way.
There is actually. Yeah. She can bring 100 miles per caster level. So that is caster level 10. So 1,000 miles. And she can bring objects along with her as long as their weight doesn't exceed your maximum load. Can bring one additional willing medium or smaller creature or its equivalent per 3 caster levels.
All right.
Large creature counts as 2. Huge creature counts as 4. So you can bring 3 people with you in a single casting. 3 other people.
Does my familiar count as one?
Your familiar counts as you.
As me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, can we cast from within the capital, or do we need to leave on the roads a bit?
Well, you can cast from within the capital, but you can
That's
also
how I would get out without people noticing. So
Okay.
just vomp. Now you have not viewed. You don't know this location, and your scrying orbs. Actually, wait. You have scry.
yep.
So I would have you. Oh, you can observe a creature from any distance, not necessarily a location. So you sadly do not know a creature at that location. So you'd be doing a kind of a blind teleport.
Okay.
It's
What if she
not
knows a
as-
person who knows a person there?
Well, if one of you was already there, she could just go, "Oh, I look at you." So, who are you going to take along with you first? Teleportation. As I imagine if you prepare 2 teleports in a day, you can teleport there and teleport back, pick up the other people, then teleport there.
My bird couldn't come through that method,
No.
so
Um.
how far could I travel in a day on a bird?
So, your bird has a base speed of
80.
80. This is where we get into.
I also have rings of sustenance on both me and my bird.
True, so you could actually. I would probably say that you and your bird could probably travel like 2 squares in a day, so 100 miles, because you also don't really sleep or need to eat.
Guess I'll be there in 8 days. Or 4 days, 4.5 days, 5 days.
Yep. That is how you'd get your bird there. Either that, or you could say, "Bird, come to me," and then you go, and your bird will arrive when it does.
It is underground, so we don't need the bird to enter the place. It's just sort of getting all the stuff out.
Right, but the bird is a combat benefit. Depends on how big
Within
these
an
are.
underground.
Depends
Oh,
on
I
how big
suppose
these
it depends how
archives are.
big.
Yeah.
You could probably just stand up and peck at people.
We can also just grab people on the ground. Doesn't have to
yeah.
fly.
That is quite possible.
Giant birds probably love being underground.
It's just a size up from a horse currently.
That's true. Currently.
Well, it's more than double the size of a horse.
Okay.
It's
Still.
supposed to be 8 times the mass, but twice as tall.
Your bird has mad gains.
Well, we'll see what happens.
So is teleport an option, or do we need to take the bird?
And you guys
Well,
could get it before me.
If we're going to be waiting for the bird anyways, we should go together, and we can set off that ambush on the road out. So that's most likely where it is. We need to make sure someone knows about that. Actually, we've all talked to our respective bosses and coworkers, and the message might have been received by.
What are you going to be like? Hey, assassins are after me.
No.
Bye.
But if any one of our direct coworkers is against us, this would be a time to tell it.
Of course, if everyone's
But-
teleporting there, then they can't get us on the road.
Yes.
Or if you're going
then we're
by
waiting for a bird.
giant bird.
Yeah, there's like no way the assassins. We would see them coming if they had also
That's
giant
true.
birds.
Yes.
It's not like we're
We
just
certainly
traveling
would.
by horse or something.
Back.
So
Welcome
Okay.
Yay!
Well, the party hasn't decided if you're traveling by giant birds or teleportation.
Cool.
I mean, you guys can go ahead. That's fine.
I don't know if we want to split the party.
Yeah,
First bad
it
thing.
just doesn't sound like a good idea.
You're just waiting there, but okay.
Oh, you mean just like sit there wait for you for a week
Yeah,
on a little
Haval's nice.
stone mountain? Oh, I don't know if it's nice. If it's that nice. I think
I would compose a poem about it. It is so beautiful.
I mean, think Samurai Jack-esque
Oh right,
mountains
right.
and stuff.
All jungly and misty. and
Compared
such,
to
yeah.
a fucking desert with giant poisonous worms. Yeah, I'll take Haval, thank you.
I mean, there's also gnolls and orcs. Let's not be reductionist here. There's
So-
more than just worms
So,
that
are
suck.
you teleporting or not? That's the only question.
I am.
She's going.
All right.
I'll go on the bird with you.
All right.
I'll teleport.
I'll take the teleport.
Okay.
I need
So-
a bit of space from Scary McFlatface.
Okay.
You know, time apart really makes the suspicions die down, right?
Yes, an
Exactly.
Inquisitor will stop being suspicious. Yep.
You know,
Sorry, the
You know
proper
what?
term is inquisitive.
you know what? Those memories are over a week old. I can't even trust them. Probably just my overactive imagination.
Oh god, that just reminds me of the Skyrim people who just get shot by an arrow. It's like, what was that? Must have been my imagination, but the arrow's still stuck in their face. Alas, people in the real world do not have goldfish.
Ah.
So I will say I'm going to get small water break. If you need to get anything, do it now. We're starting again in a minute or two.
Mhm.
Okay.
Well, on the bright side, I'm not very frightened of a character like mine happening upon the party because that's a lot of ways to detect lying.
Yeah, I need to get better at it.
Well, do you?
Same.
I think I do.
I need a magic item that gives me like plus 20 to
Yeah.
sense motive.
I am gonna get stuff that gives me better perception, just because I want to be able to see invisible people.
Oh man,
Because if I can get a plus 40, then I can have a good chance of seeing people who are invisible.
dang.
Actually,
See, I just take a pair of glasses of detect magic because those things are like maybe 2,000 gold tops, and you just focus and you see anything invisible. They
Well,
just
you
light
don't
up
see.
like a Christmas tree.
You don't. That's not how that works.
Well, I mean, no, but you see strong magical auras.
You see. You know that there's magic in that area,
Mhm.
but you don't know anything else.
Which, if you're an assassin in the middle of the woods with nothing magical going on, pretty good way to spot someone.
It'd be easier just to get a lantern of true seeing,
A lantern of revealing. I
or a
mean,
lantern of true sight, rather. I think that's what it's called.
I know there's a lantern of revealing used as an example, but I don't know if that's true sight.
I exist. Who else does?
I exist.
Me,
Yeah, the lantern of revealing's pretty cheap. You could just do that.
Lauren Chelsea? Okay, so those two don't seem to be here.
Mhm.
No?
Someone died.
Who died? Well, I will say, if you feel like your bird could have fit into a bag of holding, you could theoretically stuff your bird into a bag
Or
and
do you
then
have anything
teleport with it.
stabling? I thought I remembered you having like stabling armor or stabling something, but maybe not.
Hosteling.
Hostile.
Are we
When
going to
he
get
was
back into
considered.
bad habits?
Oh yeah. Just fit the whole party inside a bag of holding, and then pull enemies into the bag of holding.
And then kill them.
We did that. We took out like an entire demon encampment that way. Just with an invisible person and a bag of holding. And a giant just
And a murder box.
yeah. Because we didn't quite understand how small, what was it, like 5 cubic feet or something? Didn't quite get how small
10
that was. We
cubic
thought
feet, yeah.
10 cubic feet, yeah. That didn't seem like 2 squares to us, that seemed like 25, so we were just sort of chilling out there as like base of operations. Have like the whole party just pull them in, behead, throw the corpse out, grab the next guy.
One time I was playing a vampire character, and our job was to go to this town and like rid it of a taint that was infecting the people. And we quickly found out that every time we killed the person with the taint, it would go into somebody else. So my character got the bright idea to call out all the commoners who lived in the town and just dominate them, all of them, and roll a platinum piece down the street and just watch them as they killed each other. And then the last person just bam, dead. Done.
Well, that is an efficient way. So let's see. Do we have Chelsea and Lauren?
Yes.
Okay, we have a Lauren. Snake, does Chelsea still exist, or did
I don't
the
know
cats
what
get
she's
her?
doing.
She ever really exists?
Maybe.
Well, I don't know. I just don't trust anyone named Chelsea.
Did anyone ever exist?
It's all
I don't
Uh,
think so.
It was all in Ian's imagination.
Yep, I'm doing a D&D game with myself because I have no friends. That is the sad reality that I face.
That
The
would be
real
amazing.
person locked in an asylum is you.
Yep. And that's why the figments always chirp me, god damn it. Can't even have a nice D&D game. Well, I kind of need to wait for Chelsea because that she's part of Team Teleport.
Oh, there it is.
Time to do a secret GM roll.
Oh, wait, so I assume Jimmy made it across the teleport unharmed? I don't know how many spots we had available.
Yeah, she could actually make it all in one day.
Alright.
Well, Chelsea gets to be lucky. Yeah, she's on target.
Woo!
Yes, it's actually quite possible that you have on target, off target, and mishap.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
Yikes.
Yeah.
on target with both?
She doesn't need multiple. There's enough people that went bird.
Okay, so you can do it in one jump. That's good.
Stay on target.
Stay on target. It is theoretically possible to just teleport yourself to death.
Whoops, I accidentally teleported myself 2 miles under the Earth's crust.
Hello. I'm back.
Hello, Chelsea. So, team teleport, which you are the head of,
Yeah.
is you're the way it happens.
Okay.
You bring people to your workshop.
Uh-huh.
So this is Lauren's character, Tiamos, and Frosty's character. So you and these 3 people, you ask them to join hands, and then with a few muttered words and
Diagon Alley.
and a pulling at the navel, because fuck it, it turns out we're port keys now. You end up in a place not too. You end up in a place very different from the capital.
Mhm.
It's humid. It's cloudy. There's green everywhere,
Is it
and
hot?
there's giant mountains.
Oh. I am very uncomfortable. My character, that is.
I might suggest. Let's see. Oh shit. Okay, I'm going to send you a picture of what the landscape would look like.
I suppose being more desertish, this is not comfortable for him either. It's all wet.
It's humid. It's wet.
Humid and yeah. Water should be
Just-
in this fountain and nowhere else. For goodness sake, it's falling from the air. What am I supposed to do about this?
I'd rather the water be like white blossoms. AKA snow, is what she meant.
So this type of greenery. So it's kind of the mountains you see in the kung fu movies, as it were. If
Rude.
this helps you visually connect to it.
Hey, can we just take a vote? Who wants to replace Mozgus with like his icon with the Kung Fu Panda guy?
Poe?
That's the one.
Oh, the Kung Fu Panda.
Because you'll see my character punching people a lot. Oh, but only when
Okay.
they're tied to chairs.
Poe the Kung Fu Panda guy, not Poe the Teletubby. Important distinction.
Oh.
Actually, not that important.
I mean, I don't watch Teletubbies. Apparently Frosty does.
Well, I looked up Poe, seeing if it would actually give a picture of this character first. And it did.
And then it's Edgar Allan Poe.
Actually,
Oh,
I haven't
that's
seen
sad.
Edgar Allan Poe anywhere on this list. There's a river called Po that seems to be going across Italy. It's apparently Pokemon is the Po from that got picked up somewhere.
Oh, Police. Come on.
Wow.
They can't have Poe. Okay, I thought it was. Ian, you have to appreciate that
Wow.
pun.
Police.
Police.
You see, his background person agrees.
Background
So-
person.
Oh, wherever that's coming from. Oh, don't worry, Alexandra. You don't need to mute yourself. Your father is pretty
The
much a
polter-
player in the game.
Poltergeist. He's the polter. He makes good monster like ambient noises.
Oh,
Yeah. What's that sound coming from the archives? Ooh.
Oh,
Ghost.
okay. So you teleport, and your feet are wet. You look down. You are in a rice paddy.
Oh, good.
Ugh.
You look,
I was
and
hungry.
there is a terrified farmer looking at you. He is an older man, and he goes, "Whoa, what are you doing? Oh, why did you appear in my rice paddy of all places?" He looks at this rice paddy. My rice paddy is not magical? I mean, occasionally we have someone come around, like, make it grow more rice, but it doesn't grow people. He points to you.
That's where
Please
you're
don't
wrong,
hurt me.
kiddo.
Roll a gold check.
And then just
God.
walk away.
I don't think he's gonna win on that.
What, the random peasant has plus 20?
No, because it's a ridiculous lie.
Okay, fair enough.
He goes, "Oh, I need to tell the village elders." Hands off.
Jesus Christ.
It's Jason Bourne. No, okay. It appears like you have teleported to a small farming village near where you were trying to go. What do you do now?
Well, as much as I would like to return to the capital, we should press on.
Let's find lodgings in this village and maybe apologize for the startled guy. We're
Yeah,
gonna be waiting here a while.
I'd like
How close are
to
we to the thing?
remain as discreet as possible.
I mean,
Perhaps our
as you sit in the as you stand in a random
I
farmer's
wouldn't-
rice paddy.
I wouldn't like to draw any more attention to ourselves.
I don't know if the stories of a couple peasants over here are really gonna travel far.
Well, you may be surprised.
I mean, we could just camp out in front of the place.
Sounds good to me.
All right.
Currently, you don't really know where the place is in relation to this village.
Ah,
True.
We'd probably wait. Is the shapeshifter person with us?
Yes.
Why don't you just like? Does my character know that?
Well, you saw him change from a little girl into him. So.
Okay. So perhaps our shape-shifting friend could disguise himself as a villager and get our bearings for us.
just a villager that no one's seen before walks up and says, "Hey, what village is this, anyways?"
I mean, I could. Well,
I mean, you could just sort of budget.
yeah.
That's
I can disguise myself.
Okay.
I
What do you disguise yourself as?
tap my hit, my temple, and I turn myself into
I mean,
what I try to get like the commoner look. Right.
Commoner chic?
Yeah. At least from what I saw, the guy who just freaked out was wearing.
Okay.
I mean, also like meta-wise,
Where
it
his
could,
face? God, please don't.
I don't.
Could you roll a disguise check?
Sure.
also meta-wise, it could be as simple as like asking the best route to X place to,
Right.
You twist your form into what appears to be like a peasant traveling merchant, and you start going into town. When you go into town, you find a great deal of people. Like you see a farmer talking about how his field grows people, and everyone's sort of saying, "How much rice spirit did you have?" One guy responds,
that would be
and,
sake.
oh, no, that I remember. I've had rice wine. I've also had rice spirits in Nepal that were not. I didn't get the Nepalese name for them, but sake is one of the ways to make.
I tell the group to to hold back a bit as I walk up to the guy ranting and raving about people popping up out of holes in the ground, and I say, "Oh, don't listen to him. I saw him with a whole barrel."
Roll a bluff check. Okay. And they're like, yeah, rice paddies don't suddenly have people grow out of them. That's ludicrous. But the person from the rice paddy said that's what happened. People quickly dismiss the man. So one of the older gentlemen of the village looks at you and says, "Ah, I haven't seen you around here before. What's your name, stranger?"
He's suddenly Texan.
Yep.
Texas rice field.
My name's Ren. I'm a traveling merchant. I've been looking for this old abandoned archive, and I was wondering if you knew what the best way to go there was.
You aren't one of those adventuring types, are you? Because that place is dangerous if you aren't.
Oh, don't worry. I've scrounged enough money to hire a group of adventurers to do the adventuring for me.
Ah, well. We are the closest village to it, but he points towards a hill 2 mountains over. He says, it's up there. I would say that I can tell you where to go, but none of my people want to go up there. There's ghosts and spirits and all kind of dangerous things up there. We haven't gone up there in at least 3 generations.
That's okay. You don't need to go up there. If you just tell me where to go, I can find my own way.
Don't lose your way. No, okay. You find yourself being taught the trail. It turns out that it's going to be pretty much like half a day's travel to get there. But night is actually falling relatively soon. Because you guys waited until late afternoon to tell them.
Just in case, I ask if there are any places that we can stay in the village.
Oh, yeah, but we have an inn. It's
Excellent.
not going to be a fancy inn.
That's perfect.
It has a roof, even a meal.
Well, that's great.
Well, he points you towards their inn, which is a building that is slightly larger than a house, and seems like its main floor is just a bar. the second floor, there seems to be. When you go in, the landlady and bartender also says, you're a new face. You need a bed?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
First I go and tell my companions about the journey and that there's an inn if we want to stay there.
That's up to them too.
The prince says, perfect. He takes a small rock-looking thing, or as soon as he steps out of the mud anyways, he takes a small rock, crushes it in his hand, and it casts prestidigitation on him and cleans his clothes of the mud. That rock probably costs, like, more than most of these peasants make in a day, or make in a lifetime.
It actually probably does.
And he just uses it to clean his boots.
You are truly the living embodiment of the gulf between the poor and rich.
Hooray. I've got a
are you guys
running
going
tab.
to come in are you guys going to change your clothing or
Oh,
And I have got the hat of disguise, so I can just change whatever I want, but
hold on a sec. I have to turn the stove off.
now, Lauren, did you join Team Teleport or are you riding the giant? Lauren?
I didn't join Team Teleport.
Okay, so you're currently
Team
on
Bird.
a journey
Bird.
with on a big bird.
you're
Alexandra,
not.
were you Team Teleport? No, I think you were Team Bird.
Wasn't there just the two on the bird?
Looks like 3. So it's 3 and 3 right now. Well, 3 and
Okay.
3 plus Jimmy.
Well,
Oh,
and
I
really,
guess
he's an entire
But-
teammate by himself. It's like the entire team by himself. So.
Pretty much, yeah.
He's got a bird.
So you brought Jimmy.
Yes, and anytime you're wondering what his stats are, just assume that he rolls a natural 1 every time. That is Jimmy.
Jimmy, I actually have a small stat block for him. He is a level 1 commoner with 10 in every stat. He is exactly average. You sought average, you bought average.
Mhm.
Frosty.
Though he is unbelievably naive. He just if it was possible to have a negative in your sense motive, he has.
Okay, then he
all
has
the negatives.
then he is like a 7 in his wisdom.
There we go.
So he has
That's
a
the
minus
Jimmy
2.
I bought.
You have a minus 2 to sense motive checks.
But he does really believe in the higher powers. So if he was strong enough to have an aura, it would probably be like very slightly lawful good. But such a faint aura. And that's Jimmy.
That's Jimmy.
He's along for the ride.
So Jimmy looks around and just goes, I'll go wherever the prince does. Do I call you prince here?
Probably not.
I
But, you
tell
know-
them that I told the people that they're hired bodyguards. Basically.
Well, he turns to you. He's like, you must be very important to have a prince as a hired bodyguard.
Okay, with the eyebrow piercing of disguise, he changes his entire look to be more drab, modest, and unflattering.
It's physically painful for you.
It's terrible.
Okay, and Chelsea, what do you disguise yourself as?
I probably would have just brought some like unassuming dark colored clothes. something I could
Remember
hide my-
your witch's gown
Oh, yeah.
actually changes to what you want it to be.
Yeah, so just
So
something
you-
that doesn't look fancy.
Okay. So you change out of your court clothes, all.
Right.
So you guys settle into the village for the night. The innkeep doesn't really question. The innkeep asks you if you want meals and when you want to be woken up, and that's kind of it. For Team Bird, which is Mozga's
Team Bird.
Yeah, Team Bird, and everyone else, as I slowly learn your characters' names.
Oh, so important to note, Lauren is charmed by me, but not by anyone on the bird. So other than get on the bird and fly over, there's no real order
There's
going
no
on.
compulsion.
Yes. So other than being with you, they're quite of their free will.
Okay.
So, Team Bird. So, where are the other two actually situated? Do you just have bigger saddlebag, like person-sized saddlebags?
No, we'd probably attach more seats.
Okay. For Lauren and Alexandra, your characters are not used to flying on the back of giant birds,
We can
but
tie
you
them.
are strapped in.
Yeah, we can tie them down, basically.
The bird and its owner don't really seem to tire. You guys pretty much rest once every 18, not actually like
22 hours.
22 hours. Otherwise, it's just pure flight. I'm going to say that because you don't actually sleep 8 hours, and you can just have like 1 hour power naps, like 2 per day,
Hmm.
you can probably cover 150.
Oh, okay.
So miles per day. Just because you are flying, so you don't need to follow roads. You can be very direct.
So that's
So I'm
almost
going
6
to
days.
say- Okay. You guys, Team Teleport sets out to go to the old archives. You discover an old road. It used to be very well maintained, but then about 800 years ago, they stopped maintaining it well because they no longer needed to. And the taxes of the area were never particularly high enough to maintain a road to a place that no one wanted to go to anymore. You end up reaching the old archives, and you find them to be a walled compound with the main gate unlocked and open. Well, more like where the main gate was is just fallen, rotten steel, like metal and wood.
That doesn't seem very secure.
The stone seems to be crumbling at points. Make perception checks, people who are there.
Wait, Frosty, you don't have perception?
Yeah, we had this conversation already.
Yeah, I forgot. Fuck.
Wait, were we doing perception?
Yeah.
Perception.
You
You can roll for you and your.
Sure.
Oh, do we see that you're familiar?
No,
Okay.
not yet.
So pretty much, I think I'm going to set up the first floor of the archives for you guys tonight, and then we will probably end before combat because it's late for some. So I'm planning on going to 10 p.m. 10
All right.
15 our time, Eastern Standard Time.
Hi, kitten. Hi, kitten.
Meow.
She's so sweet.
Okay. So, you find, you also find, with the old archive, that there appears to be in the courtyard a small house that has been made. That is there. It's more like a hut or a shack. And as you guys approach, an old woman pokes her head out and goes, "Oi! You can't go in today.
Why
I
not?
already told you I'm not letting anyone in." The old woman brushes back her scraggly hair. It seems to have some twigs in it. She's dressed in a tunic.
It's really important that we get inside the archive.
Alright, and I already told you, I'm not letting your fancy pants. Oh, you're different. You're not those people. Why do you want to get into the archive?
The prince gestures vaguely and hopes that that's sufficient.
Are you actually casting a spell or just
No.
gesturing vaguely? You have to be
Just
very
like-
specific, Frosty.
In like a why do you want to know sort of way.
It's like, well, I am a protector of this place.
It could probably use a bit more dusting.
Well, I'm not paid to maintain it. I'm paid to stop foolish adventurers from going too deep and dying.
What about wise adventurers?
Yet to meet one, she says.
Oh, I like
Truth.
sassy. I like it.
Well, it's just I get to spend, as part of my deal, I have to stay here for a long time. And I swore there were several oaths involved, and now I have to try to stop foolish adventurers like yourself from just barging into one of the deadliest places in this region of this province of this empire.
Is this a long time, as in a week ago you lost a bet, or is this as in like you've been here for the past 800 years?
Oh, God, no, not 800 years. Phew, that's way too long. No, but it is a duty passed on by our order. I'm a Menhir Savant. Ever heard of them?
Nah.
She hears the silence. I guess you can roll knowledge nature to try to figure out what the hell she's talking about.
I got some.
You vaguely heard of them. They're an order of druids. You don't know anything else of them.
Oh, you're one of the druids.
She's like, why else would I be living in this shack and be kind of happy with it?
Maybe you make good rice liquor?
Oh, I make the best damn rice liquor you'll find. I have spent years perfecting this. Because not that many adventurers come anymore to die here. But our order made an oath, and that's what I'm keeping.
Are you like we must defeat you to blah 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 prove our worth, get inside sort of deal, or are you just
Oh
sort of...
God, I don't want to fight you. I want to warn you. The
Okay, well-
Ruin's gonna fight
Oh,
you.
well.
Consider us warned. Bye.
Oh,
Yeah.
also, one moment. There was a group that went in a day ago.
Oh.
Ah.
Did they look mean and nasty?
Well, they also answered. They also started asking pesky questions. She gives you quotation marks around
Dear
pesky
God.
questions, and they started saying that they had to go. There's a particularly good-looking half-orc woman who just told me that I should let them in, and for some reason I did. So they're probably dead at this point because you can't talk your way through what's in there.
What's in there?
Bad stuff. Why would I tell you? I'm trying to just tell you to fuck off, not tell you to go in.
Well, I don't know. Let us be prepared at least. You seem
Well,
compassionate enough.
she rolls her eyes. Okay. To give you a brief rundown, the people in there died badly. And so when people die badly on a mass scale due to magical stuff, they tend to come back as vengeful spirits. She waves her hands in like jazz hands. And vengeful spirits really don't give a hoot about what you believe, you know? They just are hungry for flesh and your life force. She starts waving her hands towards you.
Right
Also,
then.
there might be a giant snake or two.
Cool.
Well, a giant snake, guys. I think we should turn back.
Yeah. We have a giant bird, though. Easy.
She looks
Easy
around.
solution.
I don't see your giant fucking bird.
Yeah, we'll give them time. It's a big country. They probably got lost.
Oh, you're a vanguard. At least don't go in without your full complement. Okay.
Yeah, we know that much.
Yeah. Well, the other group is likely going to.
Can they teleport
they
out of
might-
there?
they
Are
might-
there other exits?
None that you ought to take, she says.
So that's a yes.
Yes, technically.
And where do those other exits go?
Down.
Okay, that doesn't sound like an exit.
Well, it brings you into a cavern system that
Oh man,
exists
is there an
underneath the-
Underdark? Does this world have an Underdark?
But there's stuff in the caves that are almost as bad as the stuff in the archive. And so the mountains have evolved. All the good shit's on top and all the bad shit's below. Do you not understand geography or magical ontology? She says. Wow. Oh, your newbie adventures, I see. She says.
So further, how far does the cave system go?
If I could tell you, I
Are
could
you-
actually. She says it extends into the Imperial lands and throughout all of the Wise Mountains of evolved. There are dead ends, there are isolated pockets, but pretty much the whole place is riddled with.
Great. So the adventuring group could have gone in, got everything, and left by now.
Theoretically.
Well, then we'll just hunt them down.
But
Seems.
frankly, I don't think they got past the abbot.
The what now?
Oh, the Baelnorn that guards this place. Roll knowledge religion.
No.
Is it what, like a minus something to roll without any knowledge, or just not something?
You
can do?
just can't roll.
Okay.
Knowledge has to be trained unless you're a skald. Or an investigator, or a type of elf, and you take a roll, take a beat.
Man, I should really be taking 10 on these knowledge checks.
Okay. So that your 16 is the knowledge nature
Yeah.
or knowledge religion. A Baelnorn, you have no idea what that is.
I shrug
And-
my shoulders.
And she's like, "Okay, let me explain it to you." As she kind of like motions you to get a little bit closer. Is you see, I'm gonna cast something to help show you what it is. She then casts let's see. Tiamos. Roll a will save.
All right. That's the best kind of save.
Is it actually your best kind of save?
No.
I imagine that's 42.
Yeah. But it's not bad. That's bad.
That's real bad. Okay.
Oh no.
What did I just roll that will save for?
They're now in the super secret channel.
Hmm.
Oh, that has to be good. Oh no, this is taking a while too.
Whoa.
So it's a small. The witch engages. Not the witch. The old woman. I was thinking of Chelsea's character. The old woman seems to stare at Tiamos for a bit, and then goes, "Well, you'll find out when you go down. Just wait a moment." Now there's a lot of stuff to get through, and maybe if you wait a day, they'll clear out some of the upper levels, so it's easier for you to get through. The old woman.
Nice lady.
Yes, that I am, sweetie. So she looks at the three of you and says, "Well, I can offer you a place in my hut if you're gonna wait."
I mean, we have to wait for the rest of the party anyway.
The monsters don't attack things in my hut. They know better.
Okay. Tell me this is a bad idea, but I've got here a. He pulls out another little rock, stone, whatever, default magical item. Singli's magical item. I've got a thing of ghost sound. I could just throw this down there and call that party. I don't know how big this place is, but they're in there. They'll probably hear it.
She looks and she says, "It's a big place, and all you might do is ruffle up what's down there."
So you mean like a sample size? A little sample serving.
Yeah, you can throw it down. Nothing's stopping you.
Mm.
She turns back to her hut. She says, "I do have rice liquor."
That is more tempting.
That sounds
It's my
awesome.
special brew. So, Chelsea,
Yes.
do you have craft alchemy?
I believe maybe.
You can roll craft alchemy to figure out. If you look, do you guys go
Yeah,
inside?
I
her
do.
hut? You can roll a craft alchemy check to figure out what she's doing.
Okay.
Okay, so Chelsea, you and Frost. Chelsea, your craft alchemy check should be higher.
No, it's just 5.
Well, because it's craft is an intelligence-based thing, and your intelligence is +8 base.
Wait, I don't. Am I doing things wrong?
Let me see.
Craft alchemy is at the bottom here.
It should be the same. It should be +16, not +5. So
Okay.
I'm just going to, because +5, the 5 is the skill ranks you put in.
Yeah.
It is a class skill, so you get +3 for it being class skill that you have skill ranks in. So that's 8.
So what about the rest of my craft stuff then?
Your craft armor and craft sculpture are good. All the rest of these are missing 11.
Okay.
I have put the numbers so that they're now correct.
So I use this gray thing.
Use the gray thing.
Oh, I've been using all the green shit. So
No, it's the gray. It's the gray.
Yeah. Okay.
You're better at your skills than you think.
Yeah, I could have been doing better on my perception checks. All right.
Okay, so Frosty, you look in. This is a full alchemist workshop. She's not just brewing rice liquor here. Chelsea,
Okay.
you look particularly at her rice liquor. And you, through seeing the various tubes and modules, you're pretty sure you can figure out the recipe she has for rice liquor.
Okay.
It's just a kick-ass potent rice liquor. It's effectively moonshine. She takes out a jug. She pours like 4 glasses. She takes her glass and she swigs it.
Like Ron Swanson putting the jug over his shoulder and then drinking out of it.
A little bit like that. So, do you guys just drink with the witch? With the woman?
I politely decline.
I'd get sloshed.
Okay.
Well, Jimmy is much too young for, even though he's not actually your child, but
Jimmy.
he's much too innocent for these to partake in such things. So he doesn't take any. But the prince will. Okay, could I just use the sleight of hand to pretend to drink, like the Emperor's New Groove sort of thing?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
So, Tiamos, you take a swig. This is really good tasting. And it doesn't seem to be having any negative side effects.
Yay!
Okay. A few days pass. You guys can scout out the first things of the ruins and whatnot. I just want to get everyone here.
Mhm.
The giant eagle finally arrives. It spots the ruined tower and skips the village entirely. You settle.
Can't stop the rock.
So where does the rock land? Like outside, or outside of this, or do you just land right next to the hut?
Probably the easiest clearing. If that's near the hut, then that's near the hut.
Okay. So you land next to the hut.
Then just walk up with it.
The witch goes, "Oh, that's a magnificent bird you have there."
Oh, I thank you.
"Oh, why yes, why yes. You must be the rest of the party. You look like a seasoned adventurer," she says. I mean, what other type of person would have such a magnificent specimen?
Muska
yes, and
ignores
the
that
others.
creepy part.
She looks and says, "Well, it seems like your crew is here," she says to Prince Ruha.
Mm-hmm. The crew.
Your group? Your troop?
So you guys
Your
sat here
squad?
and drank for like 5 days straight.
Well, I
You
guess
didn't.
the prince pretended to drink for 4 days straight.
I mean, I did.
Tiamos comes out. He is slosh.
Great.
Classy.
It's okay. My singing gets better.
Is that how it works? You get like plus to strength and
There is
strength and charisma
actually,
minus to wisdom.
if you look, there is actually rules for intoxication.
Awesome.
You do actually get a physical stat buff for being drunk in a very early stage of drink, and then it becomes minuses.
So you're saying I should get my bird a little drunk every time it bites?
It's perfect.
It would take a
I think
lot of
the
alcohol.
amount of alcohol involved would make that a prohibitive strategy. Well, she says, well, good luck with the dungeon, dearies.
Thanks.
I'm not going to go in.
Who are you?
Oh, she sort of says, "I am a druidic protector of this place."
She's a dream
mainly
crusher,
here-
don't listen. She's just here to crush our dreams and make us question ourselves.
I am here, she says, over Prince Ruha, to warn adventurers and people to not go into the old archives because they'll likely die.
Ah, well, we're here on behalf of the court.
I've heard that one before, she says. Regardless, it's not my place to tell you why or wonder why you're coming in here. It is more my place to, warn and make sure that whatever you provoke doesn't get out and start rampaging through villages.
Mm-hmm. Short form: snakes, ghosts, and another adventuring party, and also the tunnels go this archive goes all the way to the tunnels below these mountains.
Ah,
Fun stuff.
yes. I've always been warned as a child to never go into those tunnels.
And that's why you never did. You bought a giant bird instead.
Well, do they warn you as an adult still?
Yes. No one
Wow.
should go into those tunnels.
Okay, then.
Unless you have very good reason. And, well, if the archive's on top of the tunnels, then we won't have to go into the tunnels.
Yeah, we'll see what happened to the other group.
Oh, there was
They
another
have-
group.
That was another group.
When did they come in?
A few days before we arrived. We haven't heard from them since. They could have teleported out. Maybe they've taken the tunnels out. Maybe they're dead. Maybe they're still just parked there.
That's an odd coincidence.
Yeah.
Well, let's
I
go.
realize, Lauren, I haven't actually put your character portrait into Roll20 yet. So I'm going to find a token you can use temporarily. I do apologize, Lauren.
No worries.
Okay. Come on. There we go.
My character expresses the hatred for caves.
Okay.
You can't see the sky. It's stupid.
Oh, at some point along the bird trip, I assume someone explained our situation and all that.
Oh yes, we
Yeah,
talked.
did you guys actually explain to Laura? Okay, maybe we need to actually have a out-of-game explanation to Lauren. Yeah, she wasn't actually here for the recap. So, the general idea is that the Emperor has your character on a to-kill list for treason, but the Emperor is going insane. And the voice of the Emperor, a woman who is reincarnated for a very long time, has been trying to manage this particular Emperor's madness and has asked you to help her mitigate the effect of the madness on this kingdom, be it through finding a new emperor or curing the current emperor of his insanity.
So this quest will help cure him?
Well, you guys are currently going on a hunt for information about artifacts, some of which might cure and others of which might help you choose a new emperor.
And is this kill list like already out, or is it just like he named us?
He named you, but it isn't like out in the general court.
It's secret right now.
Okay.
Secret kill list.
And so how is a new emperor chosen?
Usually when the current one dies, also when they can abdicate. And the emperor is usually chosen through, the court in different ways helps decide which of the current emperor's children is fit. Sadly, the oldest emperor's child is currently 12, and he has 4, and the youngest is 2. So there aren't that many candidates from the emperor's line, so candidates from outside of the emperor's line can be suggested.
Thank you.
So, is that a good little summary?
Yes, thank you.
So,
Also ninjas.
yes, the very first session where they met up with the voice was interrupted by a set of murderous ninjas who were actually trying to kill Chelsea's character
Oh.
because
Yeah.
they were hired by someone to kill Chelsea's character. The ninjas were promptly slaughtered. So, you guys find, guys start going down the levels or into the fort. It appears like the main door is not particularly well defended currently. It hasn't been very well maintained. As for if your Mozguz's bird can fit, yes, it can.
Yay!
The door is large, so it is a squeeze, and you aren't going to be able to quickly get in and out. But your bird can fit into at least the main hole. You find that in the first few levels, whatever was here has been cleared out. There aren't many furnishings, there aren't any records, the bookshelves are bare. It appears like easy places to loot have been already. But you start going in deeper into the tower. And eventually you find a metal door. We inscribed on it many warnings saying, beyond this, the Baelnorn watches. Beware. I
Does
see.
any of Team Bird know?
Oh yeah,
What about-
Team Bird, roll knowledge religion.
Knowledge what?
Religion.
So since I have nothing in that, what do I do?
You don't roll.
Cool.
It's one of the few skills which you don't roll if you have nothing. Mozgas, you have never heard of the term.
Nope. Do we want to end it like here-ish?
I just want to see what you guys roll and then describe the room and then
Okay.
end it. So because as you see with the battle mat, there's the possibility. So what can you guys see?
Everything.
Are there
Everything.
areas of shadow?
There are darker areas, but we can see everything.
Okay, that's good. I've been experimenting with the lighting.
Except from the very bottom right, it looks like there's 2 black rectangles that we can't see.
Okay. And actually, I'm going to experiment with one thing. Tell me how this affects you.
Everything's
It's
gone.
pitch black.
Everything's black.
If you look at the very bottom of the page,
Yep.
Yep.
Can you
Everything's
see
black.
anything?
All black.
If everything is black, that is a bad option. So, let's not have everything black. So I assume you pass through the iron gate.
Yep.
The iron door.
Did my
Lauren, you cut out there.
did my knowledge check pass?
With your 20. Lauren,
Yes.
your character has once heard of a Baelnor. They're usually guardians. They're some kind of eternal guardian. You think that they might be related to a lich,
Lol.
but you don't know much else.
I relay all of that to my party member.
Okay, and then if people are like, what the fuck is a lich? It is a undead spellcaster who has gained great power and resiliency to true death by turning their soul, or by attaching their soul usually to a physical item, a la Horcrux, and then possessing various undead bodies to, wreak lichy havoc. Liches are bad news.
Yes.
And I assume Mind Magic ain't a great choice against undead, right?
It works just as well on intelligent undead,
Oh, wonderful.
but mindless undead don't give a shit.
Okay.
Yeah. In 3.5, enchantment didn't work at all on intelligent undead.
Oh, dang.
They're like undead, no, immune to criticals, immune to sneak attacks, immune to mind magic. Half of the classes just get fucked. Pathfinder is much more forgiving in this way. But yes, you get through the door and you see a room that seems very well preserved. There's a bonsai tree in the middle of a tranquil pond, in the middle of a wooden, I guess, patterned floor. And you see bookshelves that actually seem to have stuff. They're actually chock-a-block with stuff. There's no trace of dust. All the torches do not give off heat, only light. They're continuous torches. And you see right beside you, the only showing that there was damage is the rubble to your left, showing that that wall once extended further. The room's a little lopsided. A dim glow kind of permeates everywhere, and just as you guys step through, you see a cloaked figure with a torch, like at the very top of a staircase going down. If you look up beyond the bonsai tree, who goes, "Oh shit! Other people! Ah!" and just flies down the stairs. Like runs. Doesn't actually no, actually legitimately flies down the stairs. And this is where I'm going to leave this session. The next session is likely going to be